Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:30. It's about 2:35 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. I'm going to just give some advice. And I think a lot of times, and I've seen this happen, is that we'll start moving our progression, meaning we recognize that we needed a change. And we start moving through our progression. For me, my mental change came when I started talking to somebody who I looked up to, and they were advising me on things that I should read and take in. And those things that I read and I took in actually led to me having a different perspective on life. But even so much like in real estate, when I came out of school, I went to a brokerage that wasn't necessarily working for me. So I went to a different one, and I'm still there currently. Or for instance, with eating and health, and initially the reason why I started that journey was I was getting tired. I wanted to do more, but I found myself getting tired. I kept thinking I had this sciatic nerve because I would stand up for hours at a time. Literally, I'd start my day at, I don't know, same time as now, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'd get to my office and about 4, and I'd role play with my partners from different parts of the country, as far as Australia, Canada. Then I would also, role play with my partners in California and Chicago. So I'd have all these different things going on, but I'd find myself getting tired right around noon. So I knew that something had to change. I felt like I had this sciatic nerve, and the sciatic nerve was pinching at my side. I guess what I'm saying is we in the initial stages of finding that we need to make a change, it's easy to make that change. What becomes hard is being consistent with staying with that change. When I was being spiritually led at one church, I had to realize after my grandmother had passed away that I was being spiritually led there because she was there. And when she was no longer there, I wasn't spiritually led to go there, but I ended up somewhere else. I don't do a lot of jumping around. I'm very consistent. And one thing I've learned about being consistent, especially when it comes to your health, your wealth, finances, your physical health, is that it's important that you keep key individuals in your life that are helping you, guiding you, inspiring you, motivating you to keep going. I don't think there's a point where you say, you know what, I'm cool, I don't need any more motivation, I think I got this. I remember reading somewhere that it says never despise or take for granted the people that you are blessed to have in your life. Never see it as a common situation. And people start moving away from the church just as they start to get some spiritual healing because they feel like they got it under control. People start to move away from the mentor because they feel like they got it under control. People start to move away from what positioned them because they think they have it under control. To this day, the individual who took time out to speak to me about health, I still thank very much. And I still very much follow them and keep in touch with them and stay in tune with them. And to this day, the person that was responsible for elevating my real estate career, I still stay very in touch with. And to this day, no matter how well I do, I never think that I'm so spiritually sound that I could just say, you know what, I don't think I need Wednesday service. Because Wednesday service has always been known as my refresher. You got Sunday to get you ready through the week. You got Wednesday that pushes you the rest of the week. Right? And when it comes to our needing advice on future endeavors or best business practices, I still thank the individuals, not necessarily that made it happen, because I had to do the work, but were there for support in those areas. You always need that support. I think the funniest place where I've seen that concept break down is in real estate. People will do really well. They think they got it. And what they didn't know was it wasn't so much about the person as much as it was about the support. And people will leave and their income will decline because the atmosphere is just as important as the support. Does the atmosphere support the thing that you're trying to do? And at church, people will come, but they won't stay. And I feel like you need, listen, I mean, the truth of the matter is I owe everything I have and everything I am to God. You know, if you're, let's put it like this. If you think that that's not true for you too, well, then we have a bigger problem. we have a real big problem. Real. We're past any other issues. But if you feel like you don't need the assembly of other believers to keep you supported, then where do you turn to for your healing? Seriously, where do you go when you need healing? Ice cream? Where do you go? To the bar? Where do you go when you need spiritual healing? Sex? Do you have disruptive behaviors? What do you turn to? Because it's either God or it's nothing. Because if you self-medicate as an alternative to having a faith-based life, how are you making any forward progress?